welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm IceMan, and today we're going to be having a bit of a look at what's coming up in the game. So patch 2.30 has launched today. Technically I think you could get hold of it yesterday, but they've switched on the features today. So anyway, we're going to take a quick look at what's going on, what's coming up, and give you the info. So okay, let's start with the new champions, because there's been a bit of confusion here. If you look in the index, you will see that the new champions are not yet in the game. That's actually intentional. Don't worry, don't have a fit, don't start going onto their forums shouting and screaming and all the rest of it. Basically, they've said that the new Halloween champions will come out tomorrow with the start of the fragment summon for Alligator, or whatever his name is. So this all starts tomorrow, along with a 10 times chance to summon last year's Halloween champions, and along with a summon event. So basically, if you look and you go on your faction walls, you will see that Lydia is now available. I'm not near getting her yet, but you know, she's there, she's ready to grab, and she's shown in the rewards tree. In fact, let's take you onto that quickly and show you that before we go on to that, since we're talking about it. Faction walls. Okay, so here she is at the bottom, Lydia Death Siren. Brings her up, brings all her skills. Doesn't she look absolutely amazing? We already know that she's broken as. Going to be busted good, but you know. So anyway, she is there. I'm not quite as far from her as I thought I was, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. I've still got a bit of a ways though with a bunch of them. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically the news with the champions. They're coming out tomorrow. The new avatars that are supposed to be coming into the bazaar are apparently coming out. Let's see if I can see this on Discord. November 1st. So that's like, what, Monday or something like that, I think, off the top of my head, without looking. And we've also got a new mercy system, which we're going to go take a look at now quickly. So you come into the normal sort of information graphic on the summons bits. Right, so anyway, if you come into this, and then there's a new tab at the top, the mercy system. So the mercy system activates after you summon a certain number of shards without getting a champion of a specific rarity. Once activated, the mercy system increases your odds of summoning champions for a specific rarity with every consecutive shard you summon of that type. For example, after summoning 20 void shards without getting an epic champion, your chance of getting an epic champion from void shards will increase by 2% with every shard until you get an epic champion, at which point the odds will reset back to the default chance for that rarity. So we have a look at it. Ancients and Voids, for a rarity of epic, after 20 shards you get a 2% chance per shard. On Ancients and Voids, for a legendary, after 200 summons without a legendary, your chances will go up by 5%. Good luck getting, you know, 200 void shards just to get a legendary. That's going to take a bit, but at least it does mean that if you've got really bad luck, do we wish this was higher? Do we wish it was a bit better? Yes, we definitely do. Yeah, we definitely wish it was better, but you know, considering it wasn't in the game before, and it does mean that if you've worked really hard, you've saved up enough shards, and you're just not pulling those legendaries or epics, you're actually now going to get an increased percentage until you get one. In theory, with no cap, it means that if you summon enough shards, your chance is going to actually go up to the point where you're getting 100%. So it's like 5% per shard. If you're already at like, what, 0.2 or something like that, what is it? Default summoning chance on Ancients and Voids, right, for a legendary is 0.5%. So, you know, it goes up by 5% after 200, but then for you to get to 100% chance, if I'm doing my math right, you near enough need 20 more shards. So 220 shards would give you 100% chance to summon a void. which I suppose isn't that bad. But you know, it's a lot of shards, especially on the voids. On the ancients, not so much. So at least if you're managing to save it, what it does mean is, quite frankly, people are going to start hoarding shards more, because it will be beneficial for them to do so, rather than pulling small amounts. Like if you've managed to save up 40 or 50, you're better off saving well over a couple of hundred, maybe even 220 minimum. At least then you're guaranteed a legendary, whereas the other way you're not. So you might be better off saving your shards. Obviously it's going to also depend on what's going on in game, what you want to do. But anyway, it's still good. It's not terrible. It's not brilliant either, but you know, it's always the same with this game. They do some good little things, but then don't do them quite right, you know. Sacred shards, you know, really hard to come by. We don't end up with many of them on our accounts, unless you're spending a hell of a lot of money. Even I spend a bit, and I still almost never have more than 1 or 2 of these. After 12 summons without a legendary, your percentage will go up by 2%. Not great, you know, so that's like, what, up to 18% after on shard 13, so it's like not that high, but hey, it's what it is. It's better than nothing, I suppose. So anyway, yeah, the rest of the patch notes are out there. Everything else is coming. We've got this 10x tomorrow. So let's have a quick look at the champions involved. So yeah, if we go for the legendaries first, since we're already here. You've got 10% chance if you pull a legendary. Let's stress that again. It's not an extra % chance to pull a legendary. Just if you manage to pull a legendary or an epic, you have 10 times more chance to pull one of these champions. So tomorrow it's going to be Harvest Jack. He's a brilliant champ. I've done a guide on him. If you do pull him and you want to see what's going on, go take a look at that guide. I'm going to post a link down the bottom, and I'm going to leave a clip at the end of this video. If you click on that, it'll take you straight there, or have a look at my channel, you'll find it there. It is a brilliant champ. If we go through his abilities very quickly, his A1 attacks 3 times, which makes him viable for the Fire Knight, and each hit has a chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. This is great. This can be buffed from 25 up to 35%. Not hugely high, but still good, and you think that's on each hit, so that's good. Each hit also has a 25% chance of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn if the target has no active buffs. We're not going to do a complete deep dive on him. Like I say, I do have a guide out there for anybody that's interested. We're just quickly covering some of his more salient abilities. His A3 attacks all enemies and has a 75% chance, 100% chance if you've booked it up, of placing a true fear debuff for 1 turn. If he places the True Fear, also places a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and decreases each target's turn meter by 15%. So that's really good. Has a 75% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn if the True Fear debuff is not placed. I can't say I've ever really noticed that taking effect, but you know, there we go. He's got this cool passive: when attacked, decreases the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. So that's really cool. Obviously, it's a bit of a counter for the people with counter. Funny enough, if they've got counter attack up and they're coming and hitting him because he's hit them, he's got a chance of stealing their buff, putting it on himself, which is really cool. But when they come back at him, they're also going to decrease that buff, so it means he's not going to be up for as long. So, still really cool. He's a great champ. I've got him. If you're interested, take a look on the guide I've done. Next up, we have, I believe, if I can find them, I think it's in the Skinwalkers, which I don't really have any of, hardly, at all. It's one of my weakest factions entirely. I'm really struggling to do faction wars with these guys. Yes, it shows that I've had Basher at some point, but unfortunately he was used for a fusion, so I no longer have him. Here we go with Brachus anyway. Brilliant champ. I'd love to have a copy. I'd be very tempted to pull shards to try and get him in this 10x, especially when you're doing it for the event towards the shards anyway. The only thing that may stop me is that's the other bit we didn't cover, is basically, so the 10x will cover from today till Sunday. On Sunday, or possibly from Monday, but I'm a little vague on that one, or possibly halfway through Sunday it's going to swap, and then there's going to be a 10x on the other 3 or 4 new Halloween champions that aren't part of the shard pool. So some of them look really cool, I have to say. So if the summoning event lasts longer than that, say till Monday or whatever, I'd be tempted to, in my case, to save my shards and go for the new champs. Just because it'd be nice to be one of the first people to get them and build them up and have a look at them and see what they can do. Plus, a couple of them actually do look kind of cool. But if not, I'll certainly be very tempted to go and try and get Brackers. I don't have him. He'd be brilliant on my clan boss. So anyway, he's a cool champ. Hits really hard. We're going to leave it at that with him. I don't have him, so I can't do too much on him, and I'm not going to do a full guide here. We don't want this to be a 20-odd minute video. Obviously, the other 2 champions we've got here are Madame Ceres, who is one of the best epics in the game. If you don't have her, she is definitely worth pulling shards for. And since you're going to be getting points in the summon event towards the shards for the new champion, it's a win-win. So it's worth doing. Definitely worth doing, especially if you haven't got her. In my case, where I have got a lot to say, and I've also got, I've basically got 3 of these 4 champions. I'm only missing Brackers, so for me, I'm more interested in new champions. So if I'm going to be able to get the points on the event by summoning on the latter half of the X10, that's what I'll do. If the event disappears before then I'm going to go ahead and pull and hope that I get a Brackers. And at the end of the day, if I happen to get duplicates of, say, Madame Ceres, I'm not going to be disappointed. Harvest Jack, a Dupov, doesn't really help me much. Miscreated Monster, again, a Dupov, doesn't really help me much. I do use him in 3v3, I think, possibly. No, actually, I might not on this account. That's on my alternate account. But I do use him in dungeons and the like. He's a brilliant spider champ. Everybody knows that. He's brilliant in many places in the game. He's a really cool champion. No doubt I'll do a guide on him at some point. In fact, I might even make him or Madame Ceres my next guide, just due to the fact that people are likely to get them coming up soon. So, since we're talking about him, let's move on to him. So, the next one that you can get a chance of summoning on the 10x is Miscreated Monster, otherwise known as a legendary and an epic skin. Although he's got a pretty legendary skin too, to be fair. But he's classed as an epic. He is an absolutely amazing champion. He can carry teams through just about anything. He stuns, he heals, he puts protection up, he puts big shields up. He's amazing in the spider and just about anywhere else, to be fair. If you're early game, he's an absolutely brilliant arena champ. Well worth pulling shards for if you don't have him. And these are known entities as well. So, you know, you may want to go for the new ones. If it's going to be a situation where you can wait, I would say base it on your account. With the old ones, if you don't have these guys, they're known entities and they are all good champions, every single one of them. We don't know that for a fact with the new ones. So they're a safe bet. So they may be the better ones to pull for. So anyway, you know, that's what's going on. If you're going to be pulling for the new event, I know I will, new champion, Elegaeus, I will be. I'm going to be going all in on this one, trying to make sure I definitely get it. Okay, so the other thing I had here, before I sign off, is obviously the patch notes are now up for this patch 2.30. It's worth going and having a look. They have apparently made some changes to a few champions there. I'm not going to read through them all and bore you with all of that. But if you go to their forum, I believe, yeah, the forum, the patch notes should be up there. So, you know, go take a look, familiarise yourself with what's new, what's not, what's coming. And, yeah. Yeah, so good luck to anybody going for it. And I'll catch you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Feel free to hit that subscribe button for future content. If you want to take a look through my other videos, please do. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.